Hello, hello. This is Yuri with Moving Sales Professionals and Let's Talk Moving podcast. And with me today, I have Richard Batten, the owner of Move On Removals and Storage out of Bristol, UK, with over 12 years in the removals industry. How you doing today, Richard?
Very well, thanks, Yuri. Yeah, nice to meet you.
You too, you too. Well, it's nice to see you again, rather, so because obviously we got a chance to talk quite a bit at the Movers and Storers event in Birmingham. That was the start of a conversation there, right? But now we get a chance to talk again.
That's right. Yeah, it was
So
great to meet you there. You were just really like I love your positive energy, and it was great to catch up at the show.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I felt it was a great event. It was great to meet a lot of people. So it was yeah, it was actually interesting. Some of the people that were at that event they specifically came up to me and they told me that they actually learned from me about the event. So it
Yes.
was actually quite interesting that they watched the podcast and they heard me talking about going there, and that's how they found out about the event, and they ended up going to the event. So it was kind of neat. It was very interesting that way. So, Richard,
Wow.
how did you get into the removals industry?
I was working in construction and management, so I was in a really high pressure job, really long hours, and I'd done that job for about 10 years, and I just thought, it's got to be more to life than this. Is I didn't have time to see my family. I had a friend that was doing removals just with one van, and he said, "Oh, you've got to give this a go. You make some good money doing this." And also, my granddad had a big removals company back in the 70s and 80s. They had about 15 lorries. He sold the company when I was about 3 years old, so I don't remember much of it. I was travelled in one of the lorries once, got a ride in there, so that was one of my first memories. So I thought that kind of ties in with my family history. I kind of knew what was expected in the industry because of what my granddad had always told me about it. So then I thought I'd give it a go myself, and I started doing it. It really took off. It was really successful, and I haven't looked back since. So I just started off with one van. Now we've got four vans on the road. There's a team of 10 movers move on, and three people in the office. Yeah, it's been a long road from there to where we are now, but we've really enjoyed the journey so far. So
And now for a word from our sponsors. If you're a moving business owner, you may have already heard of Moversville, an email marketing service that helps moving companies increase, repeat, and referral business. But have you heard of Moversville Connect? Moversville Connect is an incredible resource for all things moving. They feature an array of vendors and services that cater specifically to the moving industry. You can find companies that provide moving software, moving sales services, marketing services, moving equipment providers, and much, much more. Visit moversville.com today to learn more.
Yeah, I think it's really great to be able to kind of look back and realize how far you've come. It's kind of the same thing with me, being in sales and doing the call center stuff and working for different moving companies, and then finally open up, and now, almost 7 years later, here we are, and we got a podcast going, and we got this going on, and we got that going on. We're expanding. We got companies now in US and UK that we're working with, and it's great to see like the path, like be able to sometimes look back and remember where you started and where you came from, and realize how much you learned, because it's a constant learning curve. You're constantly learning frankly, from
yeah,
the mistakes that
yeah,
we all make. We all make them, so it's
yeah.
it's definitely a process.
Very true. We're all about personal growth and personal development at Move On. And when I started, I was a completely different person to who I am now because of the knowledge you've picked up along the way, and the experience, and you just build on it. And I know where I am now to where I want to get to. I'm like less than 1% of the growth I need to be to get to where I want to be. It's like it's a constant journey of growth and development, especially in this industry.
Yeah, absolutely. So that was actually was going to be my next question. So, what are your goals with Move On?
It's funny, really, because we've invested a lot in consultancy and coaching and stuff within the business. It's been a massive investment for us because I think you can't put a price on your education and your knowledge. There are people that are just so they know like so much, and to get that knowledge is amazing. So when we set out, we had to develop this vision for the company. The vision is that we lighten the load, helping people move on to bigger, better, and brighter things across the globe as the world's #1 boutique removals company. So we wanted to create a company that was like a high class removal company, a bit like a highly tailored, personalized removal service. And so we're kind of trying to create a niche within the market. And we're a long way to getting to that vision. But even if we got 10% of the way, we'd be absolutely doing amazing. So it's great to have that really high vision within the company. So everyone is aiming towards that vision and towards the goals within the business. And that gives everyone like a clear direction to follow.
Hi everyone, this is Jasdeep.
Hi, this is Herleen. We are the proud owners of the Calgary franchise of Let's Get Moving.
The main part of the business, which is sales, marketing, and advertising, he was gonna be the one controlling everything on the back end, and all we had to do was take care of the jobs that the sales team was booking for our location.
They'll give you a proper training. Then they have a nice franchisee team. You can call them, you can send them an email, or you can text them. They'll be there to help you.
You definitely need a really good team,
right,
in order for this business to succeed, and we were definitely blessed with amazing operation members, amazing movers, and pretty much even from day one, like we had an amazing team.
Visit letsgetmovingusa.com, changing the moving world one move at a time.
If you create a niche and you've got something unique that you sell that other people aren't selling, then it means to be the best in that thing is quite easy because nobody else is doing that particular thing. It's something that's unique. It's like Apple computers. They didn't really have to compete with Windows because what they had was so different that only what they had, it was for a select few people, but they love that thing and they wouldn't want anything else. So we're not a company for everyone. We speak to like people that want that extra care with the move. They want you to really take time to understand where they've come from and where they're going, and with that we can create something that is just tailored to the individual and really speaks to them personally.
Sure, of course. Now, you're talking about uniqueness. So, other than obviously customer service and personal care and things like that, what is it that you're doing that is unique?
We really take time to understand our customers' unique wants and needs. So when I go and have a survey with a customer, a consultation, I'll spend the best part of an hour with that customer, to really understand what's important to them. We'll go through everything that they're worried about the move, all of their life pressures, all of their if they've got high pressure job, they've got family to deal with. It's a major event in people's lives. Moving, it's one of the most stressful days in a person's life, and if we can lighten the load for them and help them to move on to the next chapter in their lives with complete peace of mind, that is how we differ from other removal companies. So we we act more like a moving counselor. You know, we'll really pinpoint their pain points and really tailor our service to look after the things that's important to them.
Yeah, absolutely. And that is absolutely a very important part of doing what it is that we do in the moving industry or removal industry, is that we want to be able to cater to the people. And yeah, they do say that moving is one of the top stressful things that you have to go through in life. And if we can make that process less stressful, make it more uh something that's more peaceful and easygoing and able to get to people through that process, they're not that much more appreciative of it, because a lot of people, they go through that. Like I recently had my aunt move with one of the companies that I've had multiple conversations with in
Yeah,
Pittsburgh, and they just did a great job. They Stump Removals out of Pittsburgh. They just did a great job moving my aunt, and I wanted to take care of her, wanted to make sure that they did a good job for her, and they did. She was very happy with the service that she was provided, and that goes a long way. Whether it's a
yeah,
company that's moving your family, or whether you are involved with the company and it's moving somebody else, you want to make sure that it's a experience that they tell people about in a
yeah,
good
yeah,
way
yeah,
and not in a
yeah,
negative way. It's you want to
yeah,
make sure you leave people with a good impression, because of every positive experience that a person has, they tell their friends about it, they tell their coworkers about it, they tell their family about it. So every move that goes well can turn into 10, 15, 30 moves down the road if it's
yeah,
done
yeah,
properly. And it can go the other way, because you're going to lose more than you gain
yeah,
if it's a negative experience. And
yeah.
a lot of companies need to go that way. I mean, we focus here, we
It's
talk
true.
about brand a lot and treating people the right way. And like I said, I can see it personally, and I'm happy that my
Yeah,
my aunt had a good experience. But overall, that's something that we want to be focused on. We want
yeah,
people to be left off with good experience and good feeling about the way that this moment in their life that's stressful might have went otherwise. So you want it to go a good way. So you want to put yourself in their shoes. You want to do a good job.
yeah, yeah. It's all about seeing it from their perspective. It's not about us. I think a lot of companies, they speak about themselves, but for us, it's the customer is the hero within the story, and we're just a guide. We're helping them move on in their lives to the next chapter in their lives, and we just act as a guide to help them do that.
Yeah, absolutely. So let me ask you this. Is there something revolutionary or new that you're doing today or planning to do within this next year?
In the next year, we're actually looking to take our brand to franchise in the UK. So we want to set up lots of small moving companies that operate under the Move On brand. I think a lot of removal businesses in the UK, they want to set up a big business in the one city. So they really want to grow the business in the one city. But we want to have lots of small businesses around the UK using our systems and processes all under the Move On brand. And we will attract like-minded people, people that are interested in growth, are highly motivated, have got passion for helping other people, and those are the kind of people we want to attract to work with us.
So is that standpoint of just having multiple locations, or are you edging more towards franchising model?
So we're edging more towards franchising because we see it as a real opportunity for growth. But we're in the process of launching our first one in Q2, and that'll be in
Mhm.
Swindon. So that's about 50 miles away. But that one will be operate as another branch of our business. So we're just looking to get 2 vans on the road up
Mhm.
there at the
Sure.
beginning of Q2. And that pilot franchise company will test out all our systems and processes, all of our marketing, to prove that it's a scalable business model. And once that is a growing business by the end of the year, we will be able to take the franchise to market.
Yeah, absolutely. Sounds
And,
interesting. And it's something that I mean, I can tell you right now, for those of you, if you guys are listening to this and you are a company that's interested in moving sales professionals model, while we're not focusing on US or English speaking countries ourselves, we are absolutely exploring the idea of franchising our brand internationally to the countries that are not English speaking countries. So if there's anybody out there that are interested in becoming part of our future franchising, which we will be focused on eventually, please reach out. We'd love to have a conversation.
yeah, I think there's great opportunities with franchising because it brings together other people that are interested in building businesses, and you can all work as a team. And I think that there's really not very many franchise removal companies in the UK, so I think there's real opportunities for growth, you know. And
And I agree with that because I've spoken with a
yeah,
lot of removals men. So obviously, if they could get under a roof of a franchise that has a good model in place, that has a good systems in place, because of course, where do most people start? They grab a van, they grab a couple of guys, and they start, right? But ultimately, a lot of
exactly,
them have to learn
exactly.
systems and everything else as they go along, making a lot of
Yeah,
mistakes and losing a lot of money in the process. So if they
yeah,
were able to become a part of something from the very get-go, that could get them somewhere a lot faster. Absolutely.
yeah. I think we've spent probably over £100,000 over the last 6 years on consultancy and education and getting knowledge, and we can coach and mentor all of our franchisees with that knowledge, so they immediately get a lot of support and growth and coaching. And then we can also, it took us 12 years to get to where we've got to. They immediately get an amazing website. They get marketing systems that have been tested and measured, and they're all up and running before they've even opened the franchise. Immediately you've got lots of things. We've probably spent over £20,000 just in graphic design alone, and they get all of that stuff for a fraction of the cost, and they're all ready to go, all with the support. And for me, it's been great the last 12 years because it's been like doing a doctorate in business development and in moving. The amount of knowledge that we've developed over the years through the process of learning and mistakes and learning from other people, building our network. But it's took time, and if you could give that to someone and get them to that point within 18 months, 2 years, it would save them a lot of time and a lot of expense, and it would get them up and running a lot quicker. So that's where the value of that is really.
Absolutely. So guys, we're going to put some links and some information here for Richard and Move On. So if you want to become part of Move On franchising, definitely reach out to Richard and talk to him and see if that's something that's in the cards for you with the removals in UK. And once again, Richard, thank you very much for joining us. And as I always say, the world moves on its own, so let the professionals move yours for you. Thank you very much for joining us, and we'll talk again soon.